The year is 1462. Spring arrives in the Balkans, but it brings no warmth with it. The earth awakens, yet the air remains cold, heavy, uneasy. Instead of the scent of renewal, there is the feeling of something approaching, something vast, relentless, and ancient. The wind carries not freshness, but warning. From the south, an empire is already in motion, an empire that has spent centuries expanding by force, grinding nations beneath its weight. The Ottoman army advances into Christian lands like a living tide. Nearly 90,000 men march beneath its banners, perhaps more. Cavalry hardened by campaigns across Asia and Europe. Janissaries, the elite core of the empire. Me, who only 9 years earlier shattered the walls of Constantinople, a city believed invincible for 1,000 years. Alongside them roll cannons so powerful that stone walls crumble like sand before their fire. This is not merely an army, it is inevitability given form. At its head rides Sultan Mehmed II. He is young, only 29, but already a legend, the conqueror of Constantinople, the ruler who accomplished what generations of sultans before him could not. His name alone reshaped maps and broke kingdoms. Now he turns his gaze northward, intent on completing what his ancestors began. Between the Danube River and the Carpathian Mountains lie the last fragments of Christian resistance in the region, small principalities clinging to independence by memory more than strength. Mehmed has come to chain them, to secure the frontier of his empire, and to ensure that submission is no longer negotiated, but absolute. Across Europe, rulers watch and do nothing. Hungary is exhausted, its armies spent by years of war. Venice struggles merely to survive, its wealth unable to buy safety. The Pope sends out calls for unity and crusade, but kings no longer answer. Poland remains silent beyond the mountains. There will be no relief force, no grand coalition, no cavalry riding to the rescue, and standing directly in the path of this empire is a land so small it barely appears on the maps of Rome or Paris. Wallachia, a narrow principality of forests and fields, shepherds and farmers, mud roads and wooden forts. No great cities, no vast wealth, only people hardened by hardship and war. Its ruler is known in Europe not through treaties or alliances, but through whispers. Vlad III, son of the dragon, voivode of Wallachia. To the Ottomans, he is called Kazakh, the Impaler Prince. His reputation travels faster than his banners. Vlad has ruled before, and he has fallen before. He is no stranger to defeat or betrayal. More importantly, he knows the Ottomans not as an outsider, but from the inside. Taken as a child hostage, he was raised in their courts, educated among their elite. He learned their language, their customs, their methods of war. He watched how they ruled, how they punished, how they broke resistance not just with force, but with fear. He survived long enough to understand what submission truly costs. He knows how empires think. He knows what they do to lands that bow. The numbers leave no room for illusion. Wallachia can raise perhaps 20,000 men at best, peasants pulled from fields, minor nobles with small retinues, mercenaries bound by coin and desperation. Against them stands 90,000 Ottoman soldiers, backed by artillery, logistics, and the confidence of conquest. The fortresses of Wallachia are few and outdated. The walls are old. There are no allies coming. Any rational ruler would bend the knee. Any other ruler would negotiate, send tribute, accept vassalage, even accept a slow death disguised as survival. But Vlad has done that before, and he remembers the price. Tribute paid in gold. Yes, but also in blood. Boys taken from their families to be turned into janissaries. Laws overwritten. Faith eroded. Sovereignty dissolved piece by piece until nothing remains but a province wearing the mask of a state. So when Sultan Mehmed demands more, Vlad answers in a way that cannot be misunderstood. The messengers are executed. Their bodies are returned as the reply. It is a decision that closes every door except one. There will be war. In late May, the Ottoman army crosses the Danube. Thousands of horses churn the riverbanks into mud. Supply wagons stretch as far as the eye can see. Siege engines roll northward toward Targovishte, Wallachia's capital. Sultan Mehmed is confident. This will be a short campaign, a show of force. Wallachia will submit, or vanish. But as the army advances, something begins to feel wrong. The land ahead is changing. Smoke rises in the distance. Villages appear abandoned. The further north they march, the emptier the countryside becomes. At dawn, the vanguard reaches the first village. It is still burning. No voices, no movement. Wells are clogged with stones and corpses. Granaries lie in ashes. Livestock has been slaughtered or driven away. There is nothing to take, nothing to eat. Then another village, then another, each one the same. Wallachia is not defending itself. It is erasing itself. Vlad has given the order across the land. Burn the fields, poison the wells, evacuate the people. Leave nothing for the invader. Families abandon homes built by generations. Priests lead their congregations into forests. Nobles destroy their own estates rather than allow them to shelter the enemy. The forests fill with refugees. Children sleep in caves. Old men collapse on hidden paths. Women give birth beneath trees with no help but the earth itself. The price is unbearable. But it is chosen. The Ottoman army marches deeper into emptiness. Supply lines stretch thin. Hunger spreads. Horses weaken. Then the nights change. At first, it is small things. Scouts who do not return. Sentries found dead at their posts. Horses bolting in the darkness. Throats cut. Then, the raids begin. Small Wallachian units strike supply wagons, torch tents, kill anyone who strays beyond the firelight. They do not stand and fight. They vanish back into the trees. Every night, from every direction, with no pattern, sleep disappears. Fear settles into the camp. Men jump at shadows. Discipline frays. Paranoia spreads. Still, Mehmed presses forward. His objective remains Targovishte. End this. Capture Vlad. Finish it. Then one night in the deepest darkness, the torches begin to move. Vlad rides at the front. His scouts know every path, every hill. Horses' hooves are wrapped in cloth. Torches are concealed until the final moment. There is no intention of holding ground. There is only one target, the Sultan himself. If Mehmed dies, the invasion collapses. Suddenly, the torches ignite. Wallachian cavalry explodes into the Ottoman camp. Tents burn. Horses scream. Men wake to chaos and fire. Orders are shouted and lost. Janissaries try to form ranks, but they fight shadows. The darkness itself becomes the enemy. For a moment, history balances on a blade's edge, but dawn approaches. The sky begins to lighten. Vlad knows the moment is slipping away. He orders the withdrawal. The attackers vanish as quickly as they came. The Ottoman camp is left shattered. Thousands lie dead. The army's confidence is broken. When they finally reach Targovishte, they find the city empty. The gates stand open, and beyond it lies a sight that stops even conquerors in their tracks. Thousands of bodies, impaled on stakes, stretching to the horizon. This is not a battlefield. It is a message. Mehmed stands in silence. Then he gives the order to withdraw. Victory is declared. But everyone knows the truth. Vlad does not rule for long, but in one season, he changes history. He does not win, but he is not defeated. And on that night, fear changes masters.